King of the North. You got me. Hands up, man. As always, you're killing the game, and I appreciate you, King of the North. Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, King of the North. King of the North writes, most underrated player in the NFC East ready to break out. Do the Skins have the best D in the division? Defense in the division, hard to say because of the secondary. If we had just a little bit more stability in the secondary, I'd be bullish and tell you, yeah, we got the best defense in the division, and I don't care. I'll put it up against anybody's. But because of the secondary, for all of the talent that we got in the front seven, you can still be exposed if the back end isn't marrying with the front end. And I just have my doubts about the back end of this defense. So I can't elevate this defense over, the Eagles defense. I can't elevate it necessarily over. We might be better than the Cowboys. I'm not afraid of the Cowboys defensively. 2 years ago, the Cowboys were really good defensively, underrated even. Last year, not so much. So, but they're still a good defensive unit. Ready to break out player in the NFC East. A guy that I really think, I told you as a Redskins fan, had Dallas cut him loose, I was prepared to tell, the fellas up at Redskins Park, hey, get your paperwork ready. Find a way to sign Blake Jarwin to a deal. I like Blake Jarwin a lot at the tight end position, probably more than most. And now with the trio of receivers out there in Big D, coupled with the fact that they got Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, he has a chance to put up monster numbers this year. I mean, who's thinking about Blake Jarwin anyway when you got CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup at the wide receiver position, and you got Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield? Who's thinking about Blake Jarwin? Nobody. I think he could eat this year. So that's one guy that I would talk about as a breakout. Obviously, I think if you're a Redskins fan, our breakout candidate is Steven Sims. We saw what he did last year, but last year wouldn't qualify as a breakout season. It was just an eye-opening season. Like, hey, this guy not only made the team, he's actually pretty good. Now, I don't think everybody else knows how good he is, though. And that's what a breakout season is all about. When you're not only just a household name within the fan base, now other teams, not only in your division, but outside of your division, start to take notice. Hey, this guy's pretty damn good. I think Steven Sims is definitely a candidate. I give you one for the Giants. Their rookie receiver last year, like we talk about how good Terry McLaurin was, Slayton for the Giants was really good last year. And if you remember, I had the Redskins drafting him last year as a fifth rounder. I think I had Slayton going as a Redskin. I had projected the Redskins. They needed speed, and he was a guy who could run coming out of Auburn. And he was a lot better than I thought he was going to be for the Giants. And they didn't have anything at receiver last year. And he stepped up. And so now, you add some more pieces to the puzzle for the Giants, even though I thought they should have did more to add to the mix. They got a bunch of undrafted guys out of Ohio State, and they feel good about that. Good for them. I thought they should have helped Slayton out a little bit with what they could have done at the receiver position in such a deep draft. But he's got a chance to break out. He's a good football player for the Giants offensively. And then you go to the Eagles. Trying to think. It doesn't necessarily have to be an offensive player either. What'll be interesting to see, and it's hard to quantify, offensive linemen. I'll give you two for the Eagles now that I think about it. It's hard to quantify, what an offensive lineman does, but Andre Dillard got some big shoes to fill. And they're sold on him, and they're doubling down on him so much so that Jason Peters is coming back, and he's going to play guard for the Eagles. We'll see how that goes. But Andre Dillard, big shoes to fill. He could become a household name. He could become a big-time left tackle in this league because he's got some big time players he's going to have to block in this division. So anxious to see how he does year one as the true starter, the unquestioned starter in Philly. And also their running back, Miles Sanders. Man, is he talented. He's really good. And he's got a chance. We talk about, Zeke Elliott. We talk about Saquon Barkley in this division at the running back position. Miles Sanders quietly put together one hell of a season last year as a rookie. He's got a chance to really elevate himself into that discussion now. To me, there's no way he can elevate Barkley or Ezekiel Elliott. But he can put himself into that conversation like, hey, don't forget about me. Like right now, he's an afterthought. It's 1A, 1B with those two, and then you take 5 steps, and then you get to Miles Sanders. He's got a chance to say, hey, don't forget about me, and break out in 2020. So, those are all of the breakout players that I see for every team in this division. And I think the Redskins could have the best defense in this division, but I think it's really hinging upon the secondary. And, how much pressure does the front four actually get without having to blitz? That would really take some of the pressure off of the secondary. If you can just win some individual matchups up front, now all of a sudden you don't have to blitz. You don't have to put those guys on an island. You can protect them a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Really interesting to see how this defense plays with all of this talent. No excuses now. Jack Del Rio's here. Got an elite rusher coming off the edge. No excuses. We've had a bunch of excuses over the years. Bad play calling, not enough pressure off the edge, yada, yada. Okay, enough excuses. We got plenty of speed on defense now. We got a guy that's supposed to know what the hell he's doing, pulling the strings and calling the shots in Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera. And also you got an elite rusher now. No excuses. Let's see some production defensively from this group now that you have all of the horses and all the people in the right spots to do their job. So thank you for that super chat, King of the North.
Louie T Network.